Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 470 edition of InvestData Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. I will tell you that the global market now this morning, being the second full trading week that usher in the mid-month for the month of November, I think that most of the market are in green. If I say a mixed market, I can tell you that the European market is up, that of US is up. Asia is just pulling back a little as the market react over the initial react to the stimulus package of China that came below expectation. That is why, and at the same time, I'll tell you that the global investors are reassessing no Trump trade, Trump trade. Why the rest? Because of what policy uncertainties ahead of what Trump regime. After looking at his leadership style in the previous tenure when he was president, coming back again, this has also put a lot of market players, and they are trying to analyze what kind of policy is it coming with. The trade war between the US and China is going to continue, or things are going to be refined. No, this I think that there's a lot of anxiety, policy uncertainties among the players in the global market. But nevertheless, I can tell you that some of assets are looking up. Some investment assets are looking up. I tell you that Bitcoin is already moving above 80 because of Trump ascend to control for another 4 years in US or becoming the president for another 4 years. But on that, we expect to see some economic data coming from across major markets of the world. And also any season continue. And these are the late numbers that are coming for Q2 number. We'll start from Asia. In Asia, like I said earlier, that Asia market is looking what southward as the market is reacting to what to the below expectation of the package that was released by the government, to stimulate the economy. That also reflected in commodity market, especially the crude oil market. Where I see that to speak now, I think kind of a flat movement in terms of crude oil price because of the major importer stimulus plan was below expectation. Has been, and also what is going on between uh, Israel and those in Hamas. This also what also putting uncertainties. Is OPEC going to increase their output as they said it's going to come in January? Are they bringing it to December? Earlier it was December, so it postponed to January. All these are what is also shaping the sentiment in the market. But because all eyes are still on what on the inflation data that will come from US also for them to know what the figure, because don't forget that in the last policy meeting which was for the year, we saw a cost again in terms of policy. Even when Trump also will have is going to change the chairman of Fed. These are the things also that are roaming on and that economy, and that's also have a way of shaping the market. Or looking at these data that are coming. Also in India, we expect also to see inflation figure. This week also on Tuesday, tomorrow. These are things that are shaping the market. But I believe that as investors are looking at and all this, look at what is happening in European, market or European zone domain. I'll tell you that European stocks are continuing on the positive sentiment this morning as more companies in that environment, release strong numbers. At this, when I mentioned about beta number, that also have supported what is happening in that environment. Also, a clue of what is happening in US market is since Trump was announced as president or declared president-elect. I'll tell you that stock market have taken on that direction. That's is it post election rally was seen in US market, and that also have kind of spread toward to Europe. We're seeing that yes, Europe market is also looking up as we speak right away. Like I said, I told you earlier, these are the things that we should also consider when we are looking at what the market. As the zone is also looking in green, I see that most of the major indices in eurozone are looking up because of also we are seeing a kind of a positive sentiment in that environment. As we saw continental result that came, that Q3 number also beat expectation. As we speak, that continental company also price or what we call share price or equity price is also in the green. Speak right away, which is also a good one for that environment. These are the things that also is driving the market as we speak in Europe. But I believe that as far as also demand for tech company, we see what happened that since Trump was announced, the president-elect. I've seen that enormous stock also have rallied, in that direction. That is that investors are looking at which sector will benefit from what from Trump government. Which I've said earlier in this class that the financial sector, the industrial are likely also to benefit and others. But because of Also, more of the federal, Fed members are trying to also give talks and open their mouth to say why they see the rate cut impacting the economy, to put the economy in a more recovery path, growth direction, and also stronger, despite the political uncertainties of Trump coming to power. But I tell you that global economy also market also looking at how can they navigate this season that we are seeing a new government, a new president, and not forget that whatever happened in America or in US as they work for spreading out to other market of the world. These are the things that the investors are looking at. Like I said, Trump re-election is also a part of what is kind of dominating thought process of many market analysts, players as they are reassessing the global impact of his return to power, particularly where because most of the policy are pointing toward potential inflationary pressure. With all this that the policy about that interest rates are going up again, this I would say the impact of his coming back is also a major thing that we're going to be studied between now and when it comes to power by January. This also going to influence the market. But I believe that for those that are in this class, I tell you that anywhere we are trading, we look at what this volatility in the market, and also don't be greedy. And we know that anything you are investing in equity, is risky. For that, set your stop loss, your stop loss at the entrance. Set your target also, so that you can easily come out when market go against you. But when you are entering the market without anything, you are at the mercy of the market. The market can collapse on your head, but you must have a plan and trade your plan at all times. That is how to work to stay ahead of the market. Like I said, that the continental Q3 number, so on, this is also in Europe, and this is also a good one. Like I said, also that crude oil, speak now, oil trading around the 74.04 in the international market as to speak. These are the thing, and also for me, it's a good one that was seen that oil is also remain above $70. But anything below it will be also a plus for what for the policy direction of major central bank of the world that are cutting rates because of what slowing down inflation. Once the oil price remain low, and also Trump coming on board to kind of weigh in what is happening in Ukraine and Russia and what is happening in the Middle East. These are the things that also, but nobody knows the direction until it comes on board. But I'll tell you that fear of Trump also. That's why I say many of the investor market are kind of assessing what will be the policy direction, what will be the impact on the global economy. These are the things that are also playing in the global economy as we speak now. But today, we're looking at the talking numbers on aviation companies, aviation service provider companies in that industry. How these numbers we have seen, these numbers how it's going to impact on what on the companies. Which of these companies have been consistent in their performance? When we get there, we're also going to discuss that. But before we go to looking at what is happening there, look at the African market. African market is mixed. But good news for Nigeria market, we're seeing that Nigeria market is extending the uptrend that was started about on Thursday as we speak now. Right now, if you look at the market data to speak at the NGX, we're seeing that the market is reading 97,411.73. Market is up by 175.54, which is market is up by what? By 0.24 as we speak. For me, it's a good news for the market. We have seen a good trend from the past 3 days now in the market. When we come to the chart, we're also going to look at it together. But before we go to look at the market breadth is, for me, is negative as we speak because we're seeing more sellers in the market right away. We're seeing that 18 sellers or 18 stocks are in the red, while 14 stocks are what are in green. That means we're having a negative market breadth right away. But the good thing is that we want to look at the top 5 gainers of this market and the top 5 losers. And what I do, these are things that are very important. So you will know. As we speak now, profit taken at hit Concord PLC, 10% down, now followed by UCAP. UCAP, I'm not surprised because the market have acknowledged the listing of the bonus of 2 for 1. That also was seeing that stock in that direction. As we speak now, it's down by 9.8, followed by Caverton. Caverton is down by 5.2%. Sterling Bank was considered profit taking also 4.8% in the red, and Omatech 4.4 as we speak now. But on the gainer chart, which is in the other week, I see that NCell has also is recording 10% up. This is a company that has been running up for almost more than a week now. And I'll tell you this kind of stock that when you enter, you book yourself in. Followed by RDL. RDL is on full bid, right? As we speak now, no single offer in that stock. Added has gained 10% this morning, while the deep capital is also up by 9.3%, 1.1 naira 17 kobo as we speak now. Custodian investment is up by 8.6%, trading at 12 naira 60 kobo right now. And Massad has crossed 60 naira again, heading to its peak. Massad is doing a work of 6 naira 39 kobo at 8.3% up at this hour. Here you can see that these are the things that we say that you must look at what's happening in the market and invest what right. In terms of volume activities, we're seeing that the UBA is leading in volume, traded at 18.3 million share and at 33 naira as we speak now. FBN also have done 13.5 million share at 27 naira 30 kobo, and UCAP have done 9.1 million share at 17 naira 90 kobo, followed by Universal Insurance 6.2 million share at 32 kobo, and Owando 6 million share at what at 8 naira 60 kobo. This is the activities in the market right now. But before we go into looking at the chart, first of all, look at these stocks that we're going to talk on their earnings. Because I said we're looking at the topic today, like I said at the beginning, that we're looking at this talking stock on aviation service companies on the NGX. These are the stock we're looking at. That means we want to focus on what numbers came from these companies. Majorly, there are three of them in the industry. We'll start from the life of Coverton. Coverton is also in that industry. In investment, when it comes to airline business, because of cost involved, and most of companies in Nigeria that are purely airline, are not listed. The ones that are listed are not doing well in terms of performance. Most of them for years have not really done. But for those companies that are in service in that sector, like the life of Coverton, the life of Skywave Aviation, and then NACO, you can see that those companies are really doing well. But only few of them there also that are numbers are still mixed. But I tell you, this is a sector to watch, and that's why we're looking at them this morning. I want to start with Coverton. Looking at Coverton number here, this is the what we call the profit and loss statement for the period ended 9 months. And when I say 9 months, that means included what the Q1, Q2, and Q3. That is 9 months. That's why here we'll be considering looking at the January to September result, which is this column I'm putting my cursor now, against what? Against January to what? September in 2023. If you look at this number, also you can see the last quarter, July to September for 2023 and July to September. And if you look at this number, it points to you what is happening and what are they doing in terms of their market share. Are they expanding? For me, it shows that they are expanding for the gross revenue to move from 24.24 billion to 34.23 billion. It tells you that the company is really expanding. And also, if you also take a look at the quarterly movement for 3 months, you can see from 13.95 billion to 14. Also, you can see that this one is slow because you can see for the period of 9 months, you can see that from 24 to 34.23 billion. But at the end of the day, look at the cost implication. Yes, we have seen that cost of running business in Nigeria as a result of what high cost in the environment today. Because of the high cost in the environment, it's also reflecting across board. You can see that the cost of operation between 2023 and 2024, you can see the move from 17.1 to 24.8. At the end of the day, you look at what is the operating income. The other operating income that came from here was about 128 million against 90 9,000. You can see it here. That is what you can see from here. But if you go further, go and see that the net finance cost also has increased for this period. You can see they are almost 6 billion against 1 billion in the total. But at the end of the day, because of you can see that the net exchange difference has thrown this company into a negative position. You can see it here. I don't know whether they too is the exchange, whether they are an exchange company, or I know that they are into aviation. For putting a net exchange difference here, you can see the huge loss rate posting here, and also you can see it here. That affected the bottom line of the company to see a huge loss before tax of this. At the same time, at the end of the day, you can see that we're having a loss position against the profit of 46.6 million in the previous year. This also translates to a huge loss that you can see here And on the also, these loss have thrown the balance sheet, despite the company is also having accumulated loss before now, which you're going to see. If you look at the balance sheet, you can see that retained loss about 59 billion compared to the previous no the previous quarter or year. You can see it here. Let's go up here. You can see this for January to September, and then the same period. You can see that this is huge, and that also sends a signal. Are you expecting dividend from a company that having a retained loss of this one? You can see here. You can see it's a negative one for me. And this also quickly look at the cash flow for this company. You need to also give you a sense of direction what is happening. Look at the cash flow from operation. Quickly here, look at here, go to the group here. Here, these are other things that happen, but look at the group and see that cash flow operation is positive for this period for 2024 year to September, and why we're having negative here. You can see there's improvement in cash flow. For this, I'll tell you that in negative earnings and the cash flow, you can see that the cost of what of net exchange, the difference approach to this cost. But let's watch and see when I go to come out of it. But this is something example for you that what you should be doing with your stock here. I'm not surprised. I think they stopped losing after it arrived before now. They came before that there was a mistake in their Q2 number. We're not seeing here that the difference in the net exchange that put the account in red. That is sending a signal that what I do in this stock, dividend possibility is what is low. Even at this point, tell you that you should do something. But look at the chart also. We'll get to live class. Then secondly, we'll look at what is happening in NACO. NACO is seen to be the leader in that sector, in price and also in performance, in number, and that's why it has been consistent. Those that have been following me in InvestData since how many years now? Since almost 3 years, that have been consistent in our stock piece. But I'm not surprised that seeing this number. For those that have followed me, I've explained that this company is expanding, growing capacity. If you look at their loss and the profit comprehensive income statement, you can see here that for January to September 2024, it posted a what 33.9 billion, 33.95 billion profit net revenue against 18.54 billion. You can see it here. You can also look for the quarter. You can see for the quarter, it's almost show you how they performed for this last quarter from 8.05 billion to 17. This is almost more than 100%. No, the good even here also I see that it's also getting to almost 100% from 18.54 to 33.95. This is a good sign that this company is also expanding. Also, I'm not surprised they are signing up with new airlines, international, local ones to handle their two other business. I told you earlier, here that they're going toward exporting of food items, package to send to all these big supermarkets across the globe, like Walmart and others, in Europe, in US. This is a sign that this company also they are expanding their business, signing up new contracts. They also are reflected here. But if you look at other income, cost element has also increased. You know that it's not only in this industry from 18.89 billion to 13.21 billion. At the end of the day, if you look at other income for this period were in negative. That means the income can see the negative of why in 2023 at about 277.52 million was, but here you can see that it's a loss we're seeing here, which about 1 billion also was seen for the last 3 months and against 74. This about at the end of the day, that's also that cost of administrative cost also increased from here to here from 3.4 billion to 7.21 billion. But at the end of the day, you can see that operating profits stood at 12.88 billion against 6.51. You can see that it's almost 100% also in the green. But what really interests me that if you look at the tax payment for 2023 was for this period was 1.4, but here you can see 3.12. This was more than 200% increase in tax. But at the end of the day, you are seeing a profit after tax of 9.18 billion against 4.96. And this tells you that it has even double the growth in terms of the bottom line. And at the same time, the figure we are seeing for third quarter is even above the full year 2023 performance that they put about 5 billion there. That means it tells you that where this company is going For those of us that are in this stock, I'll tell you that this is time to hold. If you are not there, this time going to be on, because we're going to see something that is peculiar to this company. This is a company that pay out high percentage of its earnings as dividend. That has supported the price from 7 naira to 39 naira 50 kobo that the stock closed at a Friday. Even at this moment, it's closing around 38, 39 as we speak now. We can see, look at the earning per share. Earning per share for this company moved from 2 naira 2 naira 53 kobo to 4 naira 71 kobo, and the full year of 2023 earning was 2 naira 84 kobo, where the company paid 2 naira 54 kobo as earnings as dividend. Now that they've surpassed that, they're having a 4 naira 71 kobo, and this is not full year. If at the end of the year you are seeing this company hitting 5 naira or 5 naira 50 kobo, 4 naira dividend, I'll tell you it's likely. And it's not like selling below 14 as we speak now. It's going to have 4 naira dividend at the end of the year. That is more than 10%, and capital appreciation. I think that this is a place investors should also keep their eyes. I see no numbers pointing to where you should. Like I said, for you to hold a company, those that are following us, that you look at what is the quarterly performance that gives insight to what you should do with your position. For those that are in this stock for a long time, you can see that you are in value because the numbers are pointing to where they are going. If you also look at also a retained earnings about 13 billion here, 13.6 billion against 9.4 billion. You can see this is a retained earning that is positive. They have capacity to grow their dividend because of what the balance sheet is robust and also strong. Quick one, we'll go to see what is the cash flow like, because this is where we are going. Cash flow is very, very important. I always tell you that you must look at the company cash flow to give you an insight what is happening there, and you are able to make your judgment. If you look at the cash flow for the period we are looking at now, for the period here, because most time I pay attention to what on operating cash flow. Yes, investment activities and also finance are very important. But look at what is happening here. This is as at September. Look at the period here, the net cash flow here for operation. You can see from this for December, for the same period, you can see from here to here, cash flow remain also positive, even though there is a little slowdown. Consider that we are seeing a positive one. Okay, sorry, this for full year. Full year we are seeing about the operating cash flow for full year was 4.3. That is for full year 2023. But as our third quarter is already what 3.06 billion. I believe that there's no cause for alarm because this for 9 months, it's also for 12 months. For me, this is a stock to watch, and keep your eye. Yes, quick one. Look at what is happening also in Skywave, Aviation. This is also very, very important. I'll look at the price. In all this, I'll tell you the share account numbers of these shares to give you an insight to what you are doing with these stocks. If you look at this Skywave, I'll tell you that this one also have performed excellently good. But if you look at the number that came from the company for the 9 months, from 11.74 billion to 20.12 billion, that's also, like I said, almost 100%, about 83 or 90% up. When you go down to see, look at down here, you can see that they have a finance income for this period. In this, you can see this finance income drop here. Finance income drop against what? Against the previous year, about 1.something billion to 277. You can see it here for financial. Then for expenses, also you can see that the financial expenses also drop marginally from 250 million to 222. You can see, but at the end of the day, we are seeing a huge bottom line of 4.64 billion against 2.13 billion. That's how many more than 200 more than 200%. Okay, more than 100%. Up, which also at the end of the day reflected on the what on the earnings per share, who determine what. Consider we're having a 3 naira 43 kobo against how many kobo against almost 1 naira 90 kobo here. You can see the difference here. That for me, this is a point out. Here, the payout ratio is what we want to look at. What this company pay? This 16 kobo or 50 kobo, you can see. But with this earnings of 3 naira 40, what's it telling you? And why I said is that as a trader investor, when look at this number, but this is what investors look at when they are buying and see a movement in their earnings. You can see also that you can see the take earnings from this company from their balance sheet move from 6.5 billion to 10.23 billion. Here you can see it at this point. What I'm saying that this will determine what will come at the end of the day in terms of dividend. But we're seeing that this company is also trading on liquid cash that can also converted to dividend. Comparing the price, they are selling about 27 naira plus These are the things we also put in mind. What are they going to pay? They're going to pay 1 naira at this point. Are they going to pay 150 from last payment? It depends on what on the management what to do. But you have to look at what their payout ratio to let you know and to guide you. For here, you can look at the operating cash flow also for the period. You can see a jump from 1.5 billion to 6.something billion. You can see compare this cash flow and that of Capaton and that of what and that of NACO. We also understand what I'm saying at the end of the day. For investors, I'll say keep your hand crossed and watch this sector. We are seeing numbers emerging. If the trend is sustained, this is a sector that you should be looking at for what for good dividend income for 2024. These are where you should also be putting your tent. But because of our time, let's quickly go to our chart. And I would like us to look at the chart of this company I will just discuss now to support. Before we go there, let's look at the general market. If you look at the general market now, you can see that we are seeing market rebounding for straight 3 days now. On Thursday, Friday, and today morning, you can see the trend there going up, which is a good one. After market have corrected, now market able to break out this strong resistance here. Now consider that once you also cross this one, that's another we are seeing. I mean, this resistance level now start what this support level, sorry, turn resistance at this point now. Once you break it out, another trend will continue. For this forward for a day chart, look at the market on a 1 hour chart to see what the chart is saying in 1 hour time. That is very, very important also for us to know as traders. In 1 hour time, you can see the trend there. For more than you can see the end, but we are seeing a slowdown here. After you can also look at this, slowing down on a shorter time frame. We are seeing the market there, but you can see the long candlestick here tell that there is strong movement and it has a lot of what all those high cap stocks that are bid again to especially rather approach the market here. You can see that other position taking another stock away the market down, but see because of this green, we will be able to take it off for market to go red for today. But let's keep our finger crossed and see. But let's quickly look at the 4 hour chart. What is it saying for the market generally? For 4 hour chart, you can see that it's still up, but already seen a sign of what red here. You can see it here. But putting that the market is also in order. But let's quickly look at this stock that we just discussed now. Let's look at their chart to call it a day. Let's look at NACO. Let's start for NACO. What the chart of NACO saying as we speak now. This 4 hour chart, you can see that NACO chart 4 hour it's not looking bad. But you can see that NACO has always formed also a double top here. That means a breakout of this recent 39 will usher in a new trend. And this is where we have thought before now. That's why it's good to look at this chart. You can see, but let's quickly look at what 1 hour chart for the stock. On 1 hour chart, you can see that it's still now down to that I thought at 8 this morning. I thought as high as what it opened. You can see it here. This for 1 hour chart is around 38, 37, 50 now. You can see it here at the position of the stock. But good thing that we can see that the stock is trending up, and you can see that the result is also powerful to support even above 50 naira with the trend. Because already for third quarter, having 4 naira 71 kobo, the stock that the stock should not sell below what 50 naira is a sign that where the stock is going. Quick one, look at what is happening in the Skywave. Skywave. Let's see the stock. Skywave. What is the symbol? Okay, let's go to Cabaton and see the chart also for Cabaton. Cabaton on the 1 hour chart, you can see that it's trending now. You can see it here. You can see what the chart is saying here. The what call the index action. Sorry, the price action. Look at it here. We're trying to also below 1 naira 90 kobo now to speak. But let's look at the day chart. Look at it. You can see that the stock is still struggling here. For the on the negative earnings, just to send you a signal. What you should be doing with that stock as we speak is very, very important now. But if we didn't get Skywave, we'll call it a day. But I think we've gotten the message from this class today. Skywave. Yeah, can't guess cycle code is not coming here. I can't see the stop now. And our time is fast spent. Already started giving me sign again to leave for today. On this note, we'll call it a day. We will have given you insight for their number, how it looked like for Skyway, for no Cavaton, and for NACO. On this number we'll discuss, and the chart we just discussed this hour now. It tells you where you should also be building your what your 10 as well as trader or investor. On this note, I'll say thank you and see you on Wednesday, hopefully by progress. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.